In a quiet little village called Sleepy Hollow, there lived a schoolteacher named Ichabod Crane. He was tall and skinny, with long arms and legs, and a head that seemed almost too big for his body. Ichabod had come to Sleepy Hollow to teach the children, but he also loved the stories of ghosts and spirits that people whispered about in the village. Sleepy Hollow was a strange place, full of thick woods, twisting paths, and the kind of quiet that made every shadow seem alive. Ichabod loved to hear about the ghosts that haunted the area. The most famous of these was the Headless Horseman, said to be the ghost of a soldier who had lost his head during the war. People claimed that on dark nights, the horseman rode through the woods, carrying his head in his hands, searching for someone to scare. Ichabod listened to these stories with wide eyes, feeling both terrified and excited. Besides teaching, Ichabod had another great love: food. He loved to eat, and every house he visited offered him delicious meals. His favorite place was the house of a wealthy farmer named Baltus Van Tassel. Baltus had a beautiful daughter named Katrina. She was young, pretty, and charming, with a smile that made Ichabod's heart flutter every time he saw her. Ichabod dreamed of winning her hand in marriage, and he often imagined what it would be like to live in the Van Tassel home, feasting on good food and enjoying the comforts of wealth. But Ichabod had competition. Another man, Brom Bones, was strong, bold, and loved by all the village children. Brom liked Katrina too, and he wasn't shy about showing it. He was full of mischief, always ready to play tricks and show off his bravery. Ichabod, with his long, thin frame and nervous nature, felt small and weak compared to Brom. Yet he hoped that Katrina's gentle heart might choose him instead of the loud and daring Brom. One evening, after a long day of teaching, Ichabod attended a party at the Van Tassel house. The house was warm and cozy, filled with laughter, music, and the smell of roasting meat. Ichabod watched Katrina dance and tried to hide his nervousness, hoping to impress her with his manners and stories. As the night went on, the adults told tales of spirits and strange happenings. Ichabod's imagination soared. He could almost see the Headless Horseman riding through the dark forest just beyond the windows. After the party, Ichabod rode home alone on his skinny horse, Gunpowder. The night was dark, and the wind whispered through the trees. Ichabod's mind wandered to Katrina, to the idea of marrying her, and to the terrifying tales he had just heard. Suddenly, he remembered the story of the Headless Horseman. He shivered and urged Gunpowder to go faster. The trees seemed to lean toward him, and every rustle of leaves sounded like footsteps behind him. As Ichabod approached a dark bridge near the church, he saw a figure on horseback. The figure was tall and black, carrying something that looked like a head. Ichabod's heart pounded. He realized with horror that this was the Headless Horseman himself. He urged Gunpowder to run, but the horse seemed sluggish, as if it knew the danger. The ghost chased him across the dark fields, its eyes glowing, and its form growing larger with every moment. Ichabod galloped as fast as he could, his thin legs trembling, his arms clutching the reins. He could hear the thundering hooves behind him, growing louder and louder. Just as he reached the bridge, he felt a sudden, terrifying blow. Gunpowder leaped, Ichabod lost control, and something heavy struck him. When the villagers found him the next morning, he was gone. His hat was lying near the bridge, and next to it was a shattered pumpkin. Ichabod had vanished, leaving only the whispers of the Headless Horseman behind. Some say Ichabod moved away, too scared to return to Sleepy Hollow. Others believe the Headless Horseman finally claimed him as his own. Katrina eventually married Brom Bones, who laughed heartily whenever the story of Ichabod's disappearance was told. And the village of Sleepy Hollow continued, quiet and mysterious, full of winding paths, dark woods, and the tales of ghosts that kept children wide-eyed at night. Even today, people say that on certain dark and windy nights, the Headless Horseman rides again, carrying his head, searching for those who wander too close to Sleepy Hollow after dark. And if you listen carefully, you might hear the faint echo of thundering hooves, a ghostly reminder of the night Ichabod Crane disappeared, leaving only fear, wonder, and the eternal legend of Sleepy Hollow.